Многие аналитики считают, что ситуация, кризис на Кавказе повлиял на отношения между США и Россией, что этот кризис также повлияет на политику этих стран в Центральной Азии и на Кавказе. Насколько изменится политика США в связи с конфликтом на Кавказе?
I wouldn't say that it has changed our policy at all. We have always been, that is the United States, supportive of the sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of all of the countries of Central Asia and the Caucasus as well, Georgia included, and that is quite clear in our reaction to Russia's actions that took place in Georgia. I believe that the Central Asians are quite concerned about Russia's actions in Georgia. In my own travels in the region, they are concerned that, with regard to the United States and Russia, that the relationship between the United States and Russia does not turn into another Cold War in which countries may be asked to take sides or to choose between being a friend of the United States and a friend of Russia. Our position on this is that we do not wish to see a Cold War develop. There is no Cold War. That is something in the past. And that we wish to work cooperatively with the countries in Central Asia, as well as to continue to work cooperatively with Russia in areas of mutual concern that may affect Central Asia, such as the situation in Afghanistan. I think we have with Russia common interests in the area such as stability, economic prosperity, in developing the economies and connections of these countries with the wider global world. And that the differences of opinion between Russia and the United States are not ones that we see that should affect our relationship, the American relationship with Central Asia. And therefore, I think that, as I said, our strong message to the countries of Central Asia is that we respect them, we respect their sovereignty, their independence. We will continue to work with them in developing our mutual interests, but that we are not seeking any kind of a Cold War with Russia, or that the situation that we have with Russia is one that would in any way damage or threaten these countries' interests.
Да, я согласна с вами, и, в принципе, многие аналитики согласны, что до холодной войны далеко, и что нет ситуации, что очередная холодная война между Россией и Соединенными Штатами Америки. И, тем не менее, Россия определенным образом повлияла на Кавказ, и многие считают, что проекты, энергетические проекты, которые поддерживали Соединенные Штаты Америки, что они теперь нереальны. В частности, многие считают, что говорить о проекте, например, Набуко не стоит. Поэтому в связи с этим, как вы прокомментируете, насколько реальны эти проекты, в частности, проекты энергетические, транспортировки газа из Туркменистана или, например, с Казахстана в Европу? Что будут делать Соединенные Штаты Америки в этой области?
Well, I think these energy projects like Nabucco that you mentioned have always been rather long term. And that is that they're not going to occur or in 6 months or a year and the like. That one has to take the long perspective, and I think that these energy corridors, if you will, are fully can be realized. How and when they will be realized will be a matter having to deal with financing and with how the countries that will be involved in developing these energy corridors work out the arrangements among themselves. The situation that occurred in Georgia did not physically affect the pipelines that traversed Georgia for the long term. I mean, there were perhaps some short-term stoppages by the companies that run the lines, is my understanding. But I think that overall, all the countries in the region see the importance and certainly the commercial viability of these lines and these corridors that can bring, for instance, the gas from Turkmenistan into world markets, through across the Caspian. When I have met with leadership in Turkmenistan, they've said that they're still very much interested in this line, as well as Azerbaijan, as I understand, Kazakhstan, which has, of course, significant resources that they're developing in the northern Caspian. I don't think that the situation that occurred in Georgia is going to stop that kind of these kind of plans, and that they're fully feasible over time.
Говоря о Туркменистане, недавно вы были в Туркменистане, и какие у вас впечатления об этой стране и что происходит там, есть ли какой-то прогресс?
Well, the last time I was in Turkmenistan was in 1996. And so coming back, as it were, 12 years later, I could see physically a great change. I mean, the city of, I did not go beyond much of the city of Ashgabat, but if anyone is ever there, they will see sort of a lot of white marble and a city that is built with grand boulevards and with quite aspirations, I think, of beauty in the middle of the desert, with, of course, the great Hopekdag mountains behind. Turkmenistan has a new president, and President Berdy Muhamedov, who is embarking on what he calls the Tade Galkanish, which is the new renaissance of Turkmenistan, which in my discussions with the Turkmen leadership as well as the Turkmen people is quite an important development in the evolution of their society and in evolution of their institutions. They have promulgated a new edition of their constitution, changing their institutions somewhat. They are trying to devote a great deal of attention to education, to developing the technical prowess of their population, as well as building up the infrastructure of their country, to bring their country as an economy and as a society and as a government well within the norms of international norms, and to open up the country considerably to interaction with the outside world. But now the doors are opening, and so they're inviting us to go through these doors, and not just the Americans too. And so I think it's a period of change and a period of great opportunity between the United States and Turkmenistan.